Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another RBX Leaks and Review, and this is episode 5 of the series, where I go and talk about items that are going to be coming out that will be limited or non-limited. And keep in mind, this is speculation. So without further ado, we do have a lot to cover, so let's get on to it. So the first item that we have would be the red antennae, or the red antenna. And most of the catalog, or most people that I've seen, they use the green antenna. That's an item that was released like a long while ago, and there really aren't much colors in terms of antenna or antennae. So this is really a surprise because I remember going back then, people were using these antennae and making faces with eggs. So if you didn't know, back then you could create faces with eggs rather than just have a simple egg with no face. So it was really creative, but now that we have a different color, you can create or mix and match with different eggs. So there's a lot of options here to go with. I would probably go with the HAL 9000. It would kind of make it look a little better. Alrighty. The next item we have would be the blue Clockwork headphones. The last one that I've seen that was released, or I believe was released, was the red Clockwork headphones, and they were sold about, there were about over 60,000 sold. So these might be 10K as well and time. However, I really doubt they'll be sold as popular as the red Clockworks. They might make it limited, unique. I really doubt it though, because I really haven't seen any limited, unique Clockwork headphones. There's only 2 right now, I think. The red ones and the work clock ones, the Clockworks, and the red Clockworks. So the blue one is a nice addition overall, although I really doubt it's going to be limited unique. It will be limited someday. However, I really don't underestimate the amount of sales that are sold. Alrighty, the purple Valkyrie shades. These are quite, let's just say they match the violet Valkyrie. Okay, they do match that, but the violet Valkyrie was 50K. So 50K was really expensive. Alright, the original Valkyrie was around 100,000 tickets. Or I could be wrong. I remember it was like a ton of tickets. However, now it's skyrocketed to about 50,000 wrap, I believe. It's probably more than that, but people do sell it for quite a bit. But when we look at the Valkyrie shades, they're also popular as well because you can mix and match with the Valkyrie set. Here we can see the shades, and although I like to believe that Roblox would set it at a low price, following the violet Valkyrie, I don't really see them doing that, for that matter. So it might be around maybe 10K or more, because I really doubt, since they released the violet Valkyrie for 50,000, this might sell for a bit more than 10K. But that's just my opinion. Will it be limited? Maybe someday. It just depends on how many units are sold. If it's sold by if it gets sold to a lot of people, it's not really gonna work well in that situation. It might take a long time to rise. Although I guess it will rise eventually. As with the blue Clockwork headphones, if it does ever become limited. And not the last item, sorry. The next item we have is the Coif of Glory. This does not fool me, okay? We all know what this is. This is one of those Kleos Amphitons, okay? It looks like a Kleos Amphiton. I know there is a purple version. I know there's another yellow version. But the shading or the color, the main color is actually white, and the outlines is actually yellow. So I guess they kind of inverted this, making it blue and yellow. Uh, for those of you who don't know, these colors actually do remind me of the Myth School on Wizard 101. I know some people don't play it, but it does remind me of those colors. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there. Do I believe it will be limited? No. There are a few that I know that aren't limited yet. So it stands in line to become limited if it ever does. It probably won't be the first unless it's voted by a ton of people. Just judging by the colors, it doesn't really look too appetizing, but at the same time, it's decent, I guess. It's just a retexture. That's really what I'll have to say about this hat. Okay, the notes of the Riemann Hypothesis. This reminds me of a hat that came out back in 2007, I believe, and it came out of a gift box. We don't have Giftsplosion nowadays, so it's really disappointing. But those were actually the same. I think it was the same title, although the papers weren't yellow. They kind of look like they're recycled kind of paper, like you know those notebook papers that are 70% used as a recycled waste, you know. But these, however, they're yellow. I guess they just dyed it yellow. Alright, now we have the frozen horns. The frozen horns are actually, they don't look like frozen horns. They look like poison horns. I mean, they're purple, they're green, so, you know, we already have frozen horns. Remember the frozen horns of the Netherworld? The ones that didn't go limited, but the gift card item frozen horns did? Well, you know, if Roblox keeps making these mistakes, I don't know, guys, it probably won't become limited. I have not seen these come out limited unique, okay? There are the red fiery horns of the Netherworld, and there is the frozen or the icy horns of the Netherworld. I really doubt these will become limited unique on the spot, just because there are two versions of these that aren't limited unique. But Roblox might surprise us. So, you know, keeping a close eye out if you do want it. It might be 20k, it might be over than that, or it might be under 20k. But my understanding is that it will be 20k like the other Nether horns. And as for the particle effects, I don't believe this one has particle effects. It just seems like if it does have particle effects, it might be purple. Though, I guess it could be space horns or something. I doubt it though, but you know, that's my thought process here. So think what you want on this. It will probably not be limited unique, but it might go limited in the later years, as long as people actually put the full name on the voting polls. Okay, don't lazily put frozen horns. That's what happened last Memorial Day sale. And the last item we have is the rainbow horns. These are actually, they remind me of the Minotaur horns. They really do. And the black iron horns. It's they really have to stop making horns, okay guys? It's just, the horns are really just, they don't look too good. Okay, that's just my opinion. And they're using the Omega texture, I believe. The Omega texture is great for some meshes, but not for horns, guys. Come on. So, will it become limited? Probably. But I haven't really seen Omega item in a while that's gone limited. So that's really down the drain, or really up to Roblox in my opinion. Now guys, I do realize that our there are a couple of items that I didn't go over, but that's because they don't really stand out much in my opinion, because for one thing, we all know the Sapphire Starstone of the Federation is gonna be overpriced and nobody's gonna want it. Just like the Emerald Starstone, okay, nobody wanted that. That thing cost 17K and it plummeted down to like 8K. Nobody wants that. It's gonna fail, alright? I haven't really seen a Starstone that has actually made profit, okay? There is the Ruby, there is the Emerald, and now there's gonna be the Sapphire. Probably not, but you know, it's up to Roblox whether they actually want the community to, you know, price this correctly rather than make another fail. Okay, it's just you know, that's one of the reasons why I don't want to review this. And then we have the Crown of Roses. We do have a Crown of Roses in the catalog already. In fact, we have two Crown of Roses. One that is actually a classic item, and the other being an item that was released 1 or 2 years ago, I believe. And the colors of the rose was actually red instead of purple, is what we're seeing here. Oh, and the Golden Crown of Champions. The reason why I didn't talk about this is because it was released into the catalog system just this past few hours ago as I'm recording this. So, it's not bad looking. It's just that it's 9,000 Robux, which really is quite expensive in my opinion. Uh, yeah, don't judge me. I bought the Cyan Shaggy, okay, and that was 10K. But this it doesn't really look too desirable for 9K. I mean, it doesn't even look gold. If they reuse the old gold texture, I would buy it, but this doesn't seem like they are using the original gold texture. So, you know, think what you will about this. I don't think it's worth 9K. And then we have the Periostron Crown. This item had a rainbow version, I believe. The rainbow version was actually released last Memorial Day or last Labor Day. So it didn't go limited, and it was about 600 Robux, I think. I'm not exactly too sure on the product here or the item, but I will have to go and look at it later. And then we have and lastly we have the Purple Wizard. I don't really want to say too much about this. It sort of looks like a classic item, but at the same time, it's like they're trying too hard. The original wizard hat was actually just a spherical cone, and that was it. You know, this is just. I feel like there is like 2.0 for Anthro or something. I'm not kidding, guys. Maybe not. I do know what they're planning for this, and this is actually one of the biggest sales of the year, and that would be the Memorial Day sale or the Memorial Weekend sale, which happens before the 28th. So don't go expecting these items being released on Monday, because they probably won't. The majority of the sales or the past sales are released during the weekend before the holiday. So, you know, check in at the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th. Don't check in on Monday and expect all of these items to come out. And another thing I do have to say about the sales is that Roblox will not release all these items at once. They will toy with you, they will play with you, they will make you rip out your hair. They will make you want to rip out your hair, because they will not be releasing these items right off the bat, okay? They will taunt you. They will release it towards the end of the holiday season. Another thing I want to note is that please be sure to actually save your Robux, okay? This is your chance to actually get Robux. During these sales, they release large amounts of limiteds, mostly, sometimes, if not most of the time, they will also release faces and limited faces. And last sale, I believe they leaked the faces about an hour later or an hour before. Actually, an hour before they actually went live into the catalog. So be sure to check out the page for limited items, such as the faces. If the faces have color, it's a pretty sure dead giveaway that they're gonna be limited unique. Such as, don't quote me on this, but if you see it in line of a series or there's like a set of these faces, they're gonna be limited unique and it's gonna be released during the sale. Please be sure, again, please be sure to save your Robux, okay? I will not say that again. That's all I have to say, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care and peace.